The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Cali Sportsman, WDC, is now on your radio. Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, trying to score, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right, you name it. They gon' bring it to you live. Talking sports and entertainment. From the famous and the, you name it. Cover all sports from the foot.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Sports Local TV. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Farron, aka WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. As always, we have a very spectacular, important show for you right here on Morris Media Live on Mondays at 5 o'clock. Make sure you stay tuned for the segments. Chasing Hoop Dreams with PACRim edition is coming up first. We got Marshawn in the building, who's going to be a part of our live guest, in studio guest for the Chasing Hoop Dreams segment. And then we're going to talk some sports talk. And then I got his cousin?
Yeah.
His cousin here who shared some information about his sports background. Caught my attention, so we're gonna actually talk to him as well. I'm at the bottom toward the end of the show, so just make sure you stay tuned. Go to our social media at Sports Active Media on Instagram and Facebook. All the highlights are there from the PACRim Week 3, PACRim Week 2, Week 1. All that stuff is on our social media page. Got some interviews coming up as well for PACRim, so I mean everything is legit. Shouts out to Don from P4E. For bringing, inviting Marshawn to be our guest today as well, and just everybody, man. You got anything you want to shout out, man?
Raiders! Ernest Freeman, I know that's my boy. He out there, he checking us out. Hey, don't forget about us, man. Ask Ilya is still in town, ready to do the whole trip to Vegas.
Are we gonna do that
next year? With who? I'm gonna shout it out. Back with Greyhound. That's what we do here. We promote. So my boy up in the Bay, he travels he's sick right now. Matter of fact, I seen on social media he was a little sick. But you get behind the wheel, man, and let's work this situation with Greyhound, with the Raiders going down to Vegas next year. Nice little compact package. Going to be comprehensive to somebody who's a real fan.
I was excited. You know what I'm
saying? 24 hours, you own back home. You know what I'm saying? Safe and sound.
Can you imagine going all the way to Vegas on the bus and then watching the game and then coming back on the bus?
So they're going to give you bus tickets,
That's a lot of partying.
tickets to the game, and then bring you back home. Come on, man.
I ain't going to Vegas watching the Raiders, man.
No?
Y'all just beat us. I'm excited about that.
Oh, you a Coach fan?
I'm from Indy.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
You up here in the sunny states now, man. You're going to be all right. I see you still got on shorts in October, so you know that's that. But they kind of corduroy, so you know you're still wearing a little hometown in you. Still got a little hometown in you.
Yeah. Different swag from over there. Yeah. Man, introduce yourself real quick, man. Don't give it all away. Just your name in a little bit.
I'm Marshawn, man. Originally from Compton, California. Born and raised. No place ever like Compton. You know, they say L.A. and Inglewood and Long Beach, but, you know, it's a Compton thing. Played basketball all my life, 26 years old. About to start my professional career. And in Spain. I leave on Saturday, so I'm just excited for
all right,
that.
that's enough. Yeah. Introduce yourself, man.
I'm Riley. Right now, I'm a medical red shirt. I'm playing JUCO ball right now out of college here in LA. So I'm just trying to decide what I want to do going on from there.
All right, cool, man. So first off, we're going to start off with the PACRim segment. So we've been working with PACRim for about, 6, 7, 8 months now since
a little less than a year, less than 100 years.
Yeah, less than 100 years.
Yeah,
so PACRim, you heard of PACRim? They got a men's basketball. Yes. So they're out in the IE area, Glendale area. So we've been filming their games, game of the week and player of the week.
Okay.
So so we're gonna do talk about their basketball. What did you see yesterday? I
actually was trying to get a more understanding. Talking to the players, I'm learning. And I think this was brought up in one of your other segments in regards to Chasing Hoop Dreams.
What happened?
Okay, just give me 1 second.
All right.
So the fact is that Asian is one piece of it.
Yeah.
So if you Asian, black, Asian, white, Asian, like Buddhist, Asian, Korean, whatever the other flow is when you travel to these other countries gives you a stamp, you know, to be not a native of Philippines because you Filipino and something else. Right. So now I'm looking at the dream chase really gets into the demographic of people now, because now if I can, there's Asian teams that have 3 black Asian players that are beating everybody. You know what I'm saying? So now, I mean, you feeling me? So now it's a stacked situation, just even in the leagues of overseas, because now you're not playing authenticity. Right. You're just playing over country with people that could play better.
Well, he was the guy was Robert was saying that if you mixed and you got Filipino and you black, you could actually go to the Philippines, get your passport, and be a resident instead of a
immigrant.
Import.
I have 2 boys over here. I have one, Devon Potts. He's from here. He went to GAR. He's my age. He went to CSUN. He plays in the Philippines, but he's Filipino and black. Right. So he's like making a ton over there because his mom is Filipino. And just like my other boy, Josh Munson, he's Filipino and black as well. Right. But he's in the Philippines making a ton because you got citizenship.
Exactly. Dual citizenship. You can do dual citizenship.
And so that goes back to Roderick that I was telling, who went to Thailand, is that look into the community. Like you're going to Spain, look and see what's in the community that you could put a stamp on that can give you some political stature. So now it's not all about just basketball. They want you in the country because you actually have an influence from America, from Compton. You know what I'm saying? So culture, whatever you bring has a value too. So I know it's all about the gym and performance, but then you also got to think as a professional and think a little out of the box. So it'd be good to have heard these stories, 6 years now? Yeah. So we've been hearing y'all's story. Many of yous that's sat in this seat. And we're learning.
They're the same, but they're not the same because it's unique to the person. So everybody got this, at the end of the result, they want the same kind of ideas, but the stories, I mean, that for me, that's what's priceless. Right. The stories.
So, but just taking back. So you got elementary school.
No. We got to go PACRim first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got PACRim game. This should be the week 3.
In the dark. What's up with the light?
I play high school basketball at Roland High School. I made first team all CIF, first team all league, like 3 years.
When you're here chasing hoop dreams, what's your chasing hoop dream?
I want to get to like training kids.
Yeah, you got training kids. How's it feel?
Feels good, bro. Feels good. Yeah.
All right, showing shorts. All right, what brings you to PACRim?
So just my homies. I like playing with my homies right here, my team. The heights. Yeah, it's a good time.
All right. Anything you want to say, man, to the youth? Encouragement?
Just keep chasing your dreams, bro. Never give up.
All right, say your name and social media one more time.
Philip Beginnigan. Instagram philosopher_8.
All right, cool, man. Thank you.
Philip Beginnigan. I just want to play the game right now, and I didn't really do much. I just shot. I just passed the ball out, facilitated. I just want to keep playing, till as long as I could before I die, like as many years as I could.
So, but where we at in the game right now? You just
playing for fun.
Just playing for fun?
Yeah, just enjoying the game.
Okay. Let me see the shorts, man. You won. All right, cool. So, shout out again to your name. What's your IG, man? People can get to you.
Philosopher_8. Philosopher_8.
And shouts out to Sports Collective Media.
Shout out to Sports Collective Media.
All right, man. Thanks. Have a good job.
Where do you said IQ at the end of this conversation? Where do you develop your IQ at? I mean, what do you?
Can I stop it right there then, just before you say your IQ? Yeah. Just think about IQ, right? And the only reason I say that because I have a 9-year-old that I was teaching how to read, teaching how to enunciate words. Like this weekend, she had the word Alabama. She was like, well, how do you spell it? I'm like, well, spell it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go through this process of IQ. So now you relate that to basketball. Mm-hmm. I think, personally, it's a process. Because you have to go through this process of understanding it. then you build knowledge, which creates IQ. But you got to be in the game
to develop.
You can't. You only can develop so much on the bench. So it's all about when you in the game of play. So there you go.
Yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead. Real quick.
For me, it started when I was young. So being around the game so much, playing the game at a very, very young age, even watching the game, it helped me become a better basketball player on and off the court. Like you get to see all these people's mistakes, and you try not to make the same mistakes. So that's where I go with it. So whether it be JV, varsity, watching young kids, I wouldn't want to be put in a situation where I wanted to make the same mistake as any other kid. So
you play chess?
What about your IQ?
Experience.
Same
thing for me. It's experience, just being on the court, being able to fill it out and see stuff. Because like he said, you won't learn. I mean, you can learn a little bit from the bench, but when you're on the court, it's a different type of.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's take this call, and this should be PACRim. You're live at Sports Collective.
Hello.
Hey, Don.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, thanks for taking the time to call in, man. We appreciate you.
No problem.
All right, so we got the Chasing Hoop Dream segment, and you know the guy, the person. So what do you want to say before we show this clip?
Are we talking about Mark Gozoon?
Yeah.
We're talking about
Mark, yeah.
Oh, Mark. Oh, yeah. Well, Mark, like I said, I started coaching him when he was like 17, and he was a really good player back then. And I know he went to the Philippines, and it just didn't work out because with the whole the whole rules about Phil American is that they have to sit a whole year before they could actually play. Those are the rules that for Filipino Americans.
Okay.
And he didn't want to sit for a whole year, so he decided to come back home and just play basketball here.
Yeah.
But like I said, I met him when 17, and now he's 43, and you could see he could still play.
Yeah, he's about to be 44. He said. So I mean, we were watching him. When you mentioned, and I mean, he was one of the best on that team.
You've seen two aspects of him though. Don kind of pointed it out too because we were talking about coaching while we're in the gym, and he's coaching his team as he's playing. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, if you watch Mark play, it's all the fundamentals, and he just plays the game, and he's like, I think every season at least he'll make player of the game or player of the week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was cutting out to another game, huh? When he was leaving?
No, he was cutting out to work.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
yeah, his main thing was he didn't have the time. He was like time, but he still wants to play.
I mean, if he had some help, I think that we could have won that game.
Yeah. So how's week 3? How's your season going so far, Don? From your view?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I mean, we're going halfway. I mean, what do you call it? Look like the good teams are stepping up and pulling away.
Yeah.
Like TWO, I think they're 4-0 now.
Yeah, they did. They won 2 more yesterday, I think.
I think they did one game.
One game? Okay, yeah.
One game, and and then the Heights, they're always dominating the Asian division. So, but I can't wait for the East and the West to meet in the playoffs.
It's in November, right?
Yeah, that'll be November. Next week, actually, I want you guys to go to the other gym, Monterey Park, to check out the other level.
Oh, Monterey Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be in Monterey Park next week because Nogales is not available this Sunday anyway.
Okay.
They're working with the air conditioning, so we'll be at Monterey Park next week.
All right. What do you want to say to the players out there listening, man, about being a part of your league? What do you want to tell them?
One more time.
What do you want to tell the people listening about being a part of your league? What do you want them to invite them out to come and play?
I always appreciate their support all these years. All those guys are coming in and still supporting me after all these years, and the new teams coming in. Really appreciate that, and I really appreciate that they respect the league and behaving in the gym. Yeah. And I really appreciate all that.
All right, cool deal, Don.
You could see the people we have in the gym. You could see they're very, they're not out there causing problems.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. I haven't seen no problems in there.
So just give them, some shout outs like where they can sign up, how much a team may cost. A lot of these guys need their handheld a little bit. Give them a little more information.
Yeah, well, PACRimsports.com. to play in the league is like only $360, and then weekly game fee of $35 to cover the the scorekeeper and the refs and everything. Yeah. So and then we play 8 games. Everybody makes the playoff, and then I start separating the teams based on level, just like NCAA. Everyone goes to the playoffs.
Got a bracket.
And then they all go different. Will they go Division 1, Division 2, or Division 3? So the regular season is just to play, get some exercise, and then the playoff comes. That's when you see the whole separation of who plays in what division.
But you know what? That's a nice little setup, because you really, for $360, these guys get a lot of basketball. For $360, normally you're getting 5 to 6 games. And as playoffs is one game, with one-time elimination. These guys playing that's close to 8 weeks of basketball. You know what I'm saying?
No, probably. We go 8 weeks regular season plus playoffs, but we're going up to 10 games, 10 to 11 games.
Yeah, that's nice.
To me, it's a good bargain.
That's if you ain't scared to play.
And the stuff they get. I mean, like I said, everybody that wins gets a shirt, trophy, and of course they got the exposure from you guys now, and and all the shorts and the gears that we give out.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. We appreciate the partnership, Don. We're gonna play this clip, man, so we can get on. But thank you for calling in, man, and we'll be looking to hear from you for the next game of the week, week 4.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, so we can play that clip, man, and then we'll get started. So this is my Chasing the Hoop Dream segment. The guy we were watching, they lost the game, but
old school cat.
Yeah. Social media?
Oh, I don't have social media. Mark goes in. Well, play against the Heights. They're tough. Yeah. I mean, young legs. But we tried our best and we competed. That's all that matters. We lost, but hopefully we'll get our guys back and we'll meet at the finals.
Give me some basketball history.
Oh, it started this league when I started, so I'm up there. Played since I was a freshman. That's 93. That's when it started, and I'm still playing. Trying to keep up with the young kids, and trying to keep it up.
You got high school basketball? What's your basketball?
Played at Cubina for 4 years there, and then tried pro league in the Philippines, but I didn't like it, so I'm here. All my friends played PBA, and I'm playing at PACRim.
So tell me, what's your chasing hoop dreams, man? When you hear that statement, what does that mean to you? Chasing hoop dreams?
It's just the competitive, just being competitive against young guys. Trying to keep up with them. I should be retired. All my friends are stopped playing. I'm still trying to keep up with the young kids, and I still got a lot of things to offer. But young.
Man, you was looking good, man. I thought you was gonna be player of the game today.
Man, young kids, man, you just can't beat it. It's just they're tough.
What do you want to tell the youth, man? What do you want to tell them?
Keep playing, keep grinding. Just dedicate your time. Next thing you know, it's like time flies. Look. I'm 43 now, going 44. I used to be like 18, 19, and now
I'm 49, so don't worry about it. You still got something to chase.
And there's times where I don't want to play, but it's that competitiveness against young kids.
You ever thought about coaching or anything? Cheap training?
I just don't have time. Like work and kids. There's times where I want to teach kids just fundamental basketball. But I just don't have time, and I wish I have time so I could kind of teach them, and then just dedicate your time, keep yourself in shape so you can play at the highest level, at least at the PACRim.
What happened when you went overseas? Did you make it overseas? What
I did. I got offered a contract, but I had to stay there for a year, which I didn't have time. I grew up there. I'm like, why do I have to do a residency when I grew up there? And but I didn't want to stay 1 year. My friend did stay and they played. And in retrospect, I wish I would have tried it, but can't go back now. So I just try to play here.
It's not too late.
Oh, I'm 43, man. That's way late. That's beyond kids nowadays are, man, they're just tough. But I'm here trying to grind every Saturday, or Sunday, every Sunday against these kids, man. But they're tough. Heights, man, you can't beat those guys.
Yeah. All right, say your name one more time, man.
Mark goes in.
All right, cool, man. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shout us out. What's the count? I'm Ferran Dozier, a.k.a. WDC. I'm your producer, director, and host on Sports Selective Media. We got a segment called Chasing Hoop Dreams. If you want to be a guest and share your story, share your Chasing Hoop Dreams, make sure you go to Instagram @ChasingHoopDreams and send me a message. If you're playing in the PACRim Basketball League, you're going to see me out there with the cameras and the microphone. I'm
I'm looking for your story. I want to know what your Chasing Hoop Dreams is. So make sure you hit me up at Instagram, Chasing Hoop Dreams. Don't forget to shout us out. What's the count?
I would have to see more of that league, you know.
You gotta watch that a little bit more.
Yeah, I gotta watch it a little more. But I mean, it seems like a cool league. Yeah.
I mean, basketball is for everyone.
Yeah.
It's like music is for
genres.
everyone.
Yeah.
Wine, cheese, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
So it's nothing wrong. I mean, it has an audience. You know, it has an audience of different players. It's not the VBL. It's not the LABC. It's not the Drew. So you get all that comparison, you really can't. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got a different group of individuals that's liking the sport, and they're going out here and they're being as competitive as they are. And you look at people like PACRim, who's taking advantage of not so much taking advantage, but he's looking at an opportunity to have these guys in really nice gyms. Like you said, I'm going to move the gym because you don't even have an air conditioner.
They do get opportunities.
He's giving you T-shirts. He's giving you, and it's those guys. I mean, so we can't be those selfish little basketball kids where, if you ain't
He said basketball kids are spoiled.
Yeah.
I feel you for sure.
Hey, thank you. I'm glad there's someone on the panel. You know what I'm saying?
He's like,
I mean, if you just look at the culture, and I was comparing that. If you took a baseball player, he has a different culture, right? Very serious, mal-mannered, right? Then you got a football player, he might knock your block off, right? And then you got the basketball player, like, man, don't touch me. Everybody got their whole little thing, and it's like they were talking about Antonio Brown. I'm going back to Desi. So I think that every position has that type of
prima donna.
There you go. So if you're a receiver, you're supposed to be this way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nothing wrong with him. He's
a prima donna.
Yeah, he's if you're a running back, if you're a quarterback,
out of the league though.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be back in. Honestly,
too much talent.
He's going to college.
Too much talent.
He's going to school.
It's too much talent.
He said he's going to play.
Yeah, it's too much talent.
He'll be back in for sure.
It's too much talent. So you know what? I'm gonna throw this out here because we all men, right? So initially, when I looked at when the story came to play, first of all, when he was at the Raiders, it was nothing to be talked about.
Right.
Then when he got the new contract to go to New England, all of a sudden she comes out with this allegation, right? So first thing, and I'm just being to the world, I'm just being a man. So I'm like, he took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she might was giving it to him, it was cool, and it was just that one night. He took it. You know what I'm saying? He was maybe a little, we've all been there. Yeah. So it's like, but now he got this new contract. You can use this. He can use this vessel to be like, okay, I'm about to cash out. So you know what I'm saying? And I just believe in the true gangster in any man. You know what I'm saying? Another chick gonna come at you. And you're just ignorant. You be texting her, but you should have just called her and told her.
What is it? A picture of a kid or something like a threat? They like a threat.
But if you even showed up at her house, you would have pulled out her phone. There's no way. So you just don't even go there. You just don't go there. But I think it just individuals. I think he may have some wrongdoing, but at the same token.
But what happens when you're guilty until proven innocent, though?
Well, I'm just looking at it as man, woman, man versus woman.
She could say what
man versus
come
woman.
Here and say, Ilya, you touched me and I'm telling.
Yeah,
and you like,
and in today's world we live in, she's right.
Facts.
I could have said, I like your haircut, and she could like, well, he's coming on to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To her, and the way she took it, she's right, and I have to stand. And that's the kind of world we live in. It's cotton.
So how do you manage that?
You don't say
nothing. As a 26-year-old.
Man, honestly, I just stay away from it. Like,
it ain't even that serious.
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't deal with none of that. Like, at the end of the day, if you're going to do all of that and you act in a certain way and I feel it already, I'm just going to stay away from it. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying?
What you say?
I say you just stay in your lane. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm real good at reading people. So, like, off tops, if I see
you. They young, man. That good Nicky.
That's 20 years different.
That good Nicky hit you, boy.
I can pick.
Lose your mind. We had a few up here and had kids. They like, man, the Nicky got them and lost their mind.
I'm with them as I mature to be 50 coming up. It's all about mindset now.
Right.
You know, it's not about how you look no more. It's not about all that.
Hey, I'm 52.
Stuff.
I wish I could go back and felt the way they felt because then it was. I mean, you got to also remember there's another person. They have an agenda, and y'all know how being an attractive person, people have an agenda on you that you don't know nothing about.
Especially at that level of
you know what I'm saying?
Money too.
You feel me?
You got to have people watching out or something.
I mean, come on. He did a Charles Barkley. You don't go to Phoenix drunk and get in your own car. You call a taxi.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess when he sent the picture, though, I guess that was saying something, though.
He tweeted.
You know, I think when he went off on the owner and all these, Feinsteins and all these other dudes, that had nothing to do with. That's like, I get that there's an epidemic in regards to how these women are behaving and some of the interactions. Because we were just talking about the R. Kelly when we, that's like that dude is in some serious trouble, man. You like when you got federal indictments and you got the marshals bringing you into court. It's like it's. But you don't want them type of problems.
That was all internal issues anyway. And
so
he just expanded it.
So what y'all think about the Raider that went with the straight to the? Did y'all see that?
No,
watch any football?
Yeah,
y'all watch football?
I watch football.
So,
ain't watching the Raiders.
So what's his name? What's his name? I can't say his name, Benny, but he. Yeah. So he got for 3-4 seasons he had $469,000 in penalties. As a football player.
Oh, the linebacker.
The linebacker.
They just suspended
him. And they just suspended him. And you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's been 4-1 now. When he left the game yesterday, he kissing to the fans. So is it mental issues? I mean,
it
gotta be.
You just lost $500,000 just being an asshole?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That ain't it.
It ain't nothing to you. It ain't about the money. Yeah. I'm just going to crack this fool in the head. That's crazy. And take away his career or paralyze somebody. I mean, you really putting by. I mean, those are mini Volkswagens running into each other, man. Come on.
He heard a boy.
Yeah, Jack Doyle, man, but it's cool. We ain't tripping. We gonna bounce back.
What happened?
Good.
Say it.
He went head on with him.
Oh,
yeah.
I did see that.
And then he used his arm in the end.
Push his head down.
So you can see dude whole neck crumble. That's could be like a paralyzed situation, man.
How did it do?
Well, come on. Want to go back?
Pop like it.
He crumbled up. I'm going slow motion. He was crumbling up. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's funny. Crazy.
All right, we're gonna take a 20-second time out. We're gonna take a quick break because we're gonna come back and have Marshawn talk about this Chasing the Hoop Dream segment.
Must be a tough name.
AskAlien.com, media marketing experts here to help you grow your business into the next level and boost your sales. Visit us to learn more. AskAlien.com.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
All right, welcome back to Sports Active TV. Moderator Front, aka WDC. If you have sickle cell trait, I got to put it out. This is the last day of Sickle Cell Awareness Month, September 30th. Again, if you have a student athlete or you have sickle cell trait, please make sure you check out that survey or go to my website, wdconsect.org. We're having a lot of student athletes, professional, collapsing, playing football or running track. So you got to find out if you have that inherited gene because it can be fatal. Kids, youth are having heart attacks from exertion with rhabdomyolysis. So I got all the information on my website, wdconsect.org. And just get at me because it's a very important conversation. I'm in the community doing this work. So I know you had some more highlights you want to touch on before we get started. You were saving.
Nah, I mean, you can go back to your name.
Marshawn?
Yeah, man. And you light skinned too,
yeah,
so you know what I'm saying. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And your cousin light skinned.
Right.
Y'all two troublemakers right there. But you know what? Have you really looked at like far as like athletes where your name has a stigma in regards to how people expect you to be?
Yeah, 100%. Especially like I said, going back being from Compton, it's like Marshawn, and it's the whole era of like Marshawn Lynch when he was at Cal.
Right.
So they saw him doing crazy stuff, and it was a Marshawn Powell at Arkansas.
Exactly.
And I'm Marshawn, so it's like, well, how are you gonna act like you from this area?
And you got to be good because they both good. You know what I'm saying? So and you got to be good.
Yeah.
You can be a knucklehead, but be good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, so let's get right into it, man. Introduce yourself one more time, and then we'll get started.
Marshawn McMahan from Compton, California. Yeah.
You say Compton, with emphasis. So for you, what was Compton like? Because we know what the media tells us, and we can't always believe the media, especially in today's age. But what do you want to say about Compton?
Compton is what you make it, honestly. Like my whole family, they gang bang and they do what they do. But there's other outlets in Compton where you gotta find. So I was in the gym. Like I went to Redeemer Christian Academy it was on Rosecrans and Central, from preschool to like 7th grade. And I ended up going to Carson, then I ended up going to Compton High School, and I got to play with DeMar DeRozan my freshman year of high school. So that was a trip. But Compton, I was always out the streets. I wasn't one of those kids. I was always different. I wore 2 pair of Vans socks. I used to always wear skinny jeans. Like I was just one of those kids. I wasn't about none of that stuff. Now my family would be doing that stuff, but that wasn't me.
What did you see that you wanted to be different, or what was it for you?
Because it's a better side of life, man. Honestly, at the end of the day, everybody has their own outlet and goes their own route. And for me, it's like I always want to travel the world, which I'm doing now. And I just always want to live life. Like I don't have any kids. I just want to live, be free. So, with that being said,
but what does that really mean? Like
being free?
Yeah, you want to live. Like
living is whatever you want it to be. So with me, living is I've been to Africa. I got to stand in the motherland with kids. I've been to Germany. I've been to France. I've been to everywhere around the world, and I get to live and be free. Like I get to go to these places, and I don't have eyes over my back or over my shoulder. Like I love Compton. I still work out every day in Compton at Compton High. But at the end of the day, you got to watch how you move out there. Yeah. In these other parts of the country, it's like you don't have any of those worries. So
the mental toughness, right? Because there's complex post-traumatic stress that they're discovering that we have it since as a youth, where you could tell the difference between a gunshot and a firecracker.
Yeah.
So how did you develop your mental toughness by staying away from that, but also watching your back?
It's tough because I can differentiate the two, but it's still like kind of like the M80 still sound like a 4.5. So it's tough, but in the same breath, I wasn't outside at nighttime. I was like outside my backyard, but I wasn't in the front, like hanging out, so I never really messed with none of that
so
stuff.
Who do you equate your mental toughness to? Parents?
You know what? Probably DeMar DeRozan. He just came out with his mental health awareness stuff, but me and him, we've been close since young, and I saw everything he's been through and how he went about life and how he moved. So by seeing him and always being around him since I was young, it just kind of always helped me grow as a person. Yeah. So now but I still fight with like depression and mental health issues. So I lost my mom last year to breast cancer. So now it's just like I'm pushing to become better and better and stronger. But in the same breath, it's like, damn, I still have these lapses where I just take a step back, like, damn, like I'm really going through X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, I feel you. I lost my dad in May.
Yeah,
so
damn.
I can only imagine, that I was about to say F everything.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like I was gonna give up this whole basketball stuff. Like because I graduated 2017, and that's when I first knew, like, she first was diagnosed in 2013, but 2017 is where it started getting worse. So I came home, I like gave up basketball just to be closer to her, because I knew she wasn't like feeling the way she usually felt. So 2018 in April, I lost her, and I just wanted to give up on everything, like just give up on life. But being in the gym for like the last 8 months, like every day consistently, it kind of helped me get over that hump, and now I'm back to like my normal. So I'm not all the way back, but I'm starting to get back to where I was.
Let's go back to this love for basketball. Where did that?
The love for basketball came when I was 4 years old at Gonzalez Park in Compton on Rosecrans and Central. 4 years old.
Don't pay no attention to him.
Nah, I'm going to listen to the rest of the story. Well, we'll come back to 4 years old.
4 years old. That's when I first fell in love with basketball. My dad used to tell me stories like he would read basketball books to my mom's belly. And when I was young, he said he used to have me watch Kenny Anderson because I'm left-handed.
There we go in the right mind. I'm left-handed too. So we got something in common.
I'm left-handed, so
I'm almost light-skinned. So
don't worry about him.
Yeah, so that's where it really goes back to, honestly. Playing on the Fisher Price court.
All of that.
Old pictures.
See, he actually threw the name out there. Fisher Price. You know, when you went to Toys R Us, you know what to look for, right? Yeah. The one where you can raise it up.
And it's orange with the little white backboard. You remember? Yeah. I mean,
only had 2 screws.
I see pictures.
There was only 2 screws to the whole thing.
Yeah. So, high school, what was going on?
So, Compton High. I went to Compton High in my 9th and 10th grade year, and then I ended up transferring to Lusinger High School because I thought it would be a better opportunity for me for basketball, where I got to play with like a lot of good players, like Akil Quinn, who ended up going to San Diego State, DeLon Wright, who's plays for Dallas Mavericks now, Amir Garrett, he's one of the top pitchers in the MLB. My boy Jerry Blakes, he plays overseas in Germany. Darius Middleton, our whole squad was like the best. We was like the best, but we won CIF. We lost one game to state, so. And then my senior year, my head coach ended up leaving, the one who recruited me there, and I was all by myself. So it didn't go too well because I wasn't focused in class and stuff like that.
But stop right there. We got to stop right there. We got some time. Yeah. Because we've heard the story many times where basically the recruited coach brought them in and they jailed for a time. Then when he leaves, my understanding is that, I went through that in high school where I came into a new school and they didn't know me. So it was this other feeling. So it had nothing to do with your ability, right? That's what I wanted you to kind of touch on. It has nothing to do with your ability to play because you've been doing your thing. Yeah. It's about personalities now and politics. Yeah. And it's how you deal with that. So in some cases, either you just kiss ass or you get violent. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I wasn't a kiss ass type of person. So I was just like, I was gully, like, okay, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna do what I gotta do to play. But then when the coach left, I'm like, damn, like, I just got here. You feel me? He's gonna
up and leave. Yeah, I get it.
And then my senior year was just like, man, I'm out of, like, my mind is somewhere totally different. Like, so I graduated by like half a credit or something like that, and I ended up going to prep school in Dallas. The worst decision I made basketball-wise.
And I'm going to say this because my son went to prep. And it's the worst decision for any basketball player. You know what I'm saying? It really, when they built the whole prep system, it was basically giving kids like you that one. But they got to pay money. Yeah. They got to pay tuition. You got to pay. It's a lot of money that come out of a kid. You might as well go to a JUCO or a 4-year college opportunity and wait it out than to go to because those things were at your era. Because my son's 25, so he's 26. So they all went through that same era of like they thought the prep schools was going to be like the next thing. And a lot of these prep programs, and I'm putting them out there, they was not adequate programs to make it sufficient for a kid to learn and be educated unless your parents had the dollar.
Well, my prep school, it wasn't even like that. My prep school was, I played with this dude named Glendon Alexander who was a McDonald's All-American. He played the same year as Kobe. But mine is, imagine 12 young men from different countries living in one household under one roof, but we're not really eating. It's not school. We're not going to school. Right. Like, it's an online class, but we're not even doing
The school was fake. Yeah. The food programs is fake. Man,
Yeah.
come on, man.
It was like, it was a
I went through a
3-bedroom
whole
house.
year of that.
We sleep in that car.
No, let me give you better. It was frustrating because I had a lot of kids in Arizona would get recruited to these prep programs and get out there, have nowhere to stay. Be calling me,
crazy.
Coach, how can I get home? They got me out here. They ain't got their own money. They got to get out there. Now they got out there. It's inadequate, and they all chasing the dream of playing basketball.
So what changed from the prep school?
As far as
pursuing your chasing hoop dream.
So when I went to prep school, I'm sleeping in cars, so I'm really in a gully. We driving from state to state. So we drove from Dallas to Florida, all the way to Ohio, back to South Carolina, all the way to New York, and then we drove to Missouri, and we sleeping in the car. So you got to drive through Pennsylvania, and sometimes the coach will ask us for money to put gas in the car. So one day we hell no, we're not giving you no money. Nigga, no, we ain't doing that. It was negative 5 degrees outside. We slept in the car. I had to bundle up. I had a big coat and a thermal, and I had 2 pair of sweats on. Had to sleep in the car because we wouldn't give that coach the money. It was sick, yo. Wow. It was sick. It was a crazy experience.
Them be some interesting stories to hear, I tell you.
How did you transition after? What was after that?
So, like I said, it wasn't school, so I had to go to a JC for a year. Mm-hmm. So I went to this school called Lassen Community College in Susanville, and it was in the middle of nowhere, a hick town.
Only thing is jail out there.
That's the only thing is it's a Burger King, a Chinatown Express, a McDonald's, and a Jack in the Box, and a Walmart. Everybody go in a prison.
And a prison.
It was 2 hours away from Reno, 2 hours away from Sacramento. So that's the only thing that kept me going as far as I'm locked in on this basketball stuff now. So out of there, I got a scholarship to Academy of Art in San Francisco, and I just locked in, and that's where I finished yeah.
So what's your chasing hoop dreams?
My chasing hoop dream is I've been doing this for so long, and it's this is the only thing that genuinely makes me happy right now. This is the only thing when I wake up I think about. When I go to sleep I think about. I watch a lot of videos. Every day you see me scrolling. I'm not just on regular Instagram pages. I'm watching basketball. Girls, cool, they're gonna come at the end of the day, but basketball is my passion. So with all that being said, I have to make it, and that was the last thing my mom wanted me to do before she passed on. So she's follow your dream, follow your passion. I want you to go. So it's not for me anymore. It's for both of us. She's tatted on my ribs. It's me and her against the world type still. Yeah.
So you're leaving this weekend, right?
Now I'm going to Spain on Saturday. Yep, I'm out of here.
What do you want to say about that? What can you say about that?
I'm just going out there and I'm taking everything that's mine, that's not mine. If it's whoever, it's little kids, babies, anything, it's mine.
So you gonna block the little kid?
I don't care. If you're on the same court as me, it's over. That's where I'm coming from. It's over.
Done.
Yeah. So
give me one of your best experiences overseas. You got one?
Best experience overseas.
When you hit them for 40.
Best experience overseas. In Germany, I want to say when I got to go watch my boy play. My closest friend, he plays in Japan now, but he played in an arena, a big arena against Derek Williams, who was the number 2 draft pick by the Knicks. He came out of Arizona. He played against him, and I'm just yo, this is crazy. I'm going to be here. This isn't. So I worked out with him, and I was cooking. I was doing my thing with some of the other players, doing my thing, and that's when I knew, this is it. It's meant for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Minnesota drafted him, bro.
Minnesota?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. Yeah, but he played with the Knicks.
Yeah,
Minnesota did draft him.
Since you in there, come on, let's go.
Nephew, go tell him what's happening, nephew.
I'm Riley. I'm from Indianapolis. When I started hooping.
Yeah, what you start?
I started hooping in 6th grade, honestly. Growing up, I was playing baseball and football.
Thank you, man.
Oh, okay.
So
you had the baseball. What was
4 years old.
Yeah. Baseball was, it was cool.
Yeah. Just wasn't it?
It wasn't it. Football was cool, too, and then I got a concussion. I was
about to say, everybody get their bell. That's my question. What was your 4th down? You got that bell ring? That was it?
I got my dome got rattled.
Can I ask that question?
Yeah.
Because we have a theory, the truth, right? So do you think that learning how to play baseball prior to playing basketball had enhanced your game?
I would say so.
A little bit. His theory, a little bit. He said a little bit.
I'm 2 for 2.
Yeah, for sure.
So you leave baseball and football,
right?
And you pick up basketball.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how I fell in love. Well, Yeah, I fell in love with the game head first. I found out I had a brother at the time when I started hooping, and he was playing at a high major D1 school. I ain't gonna put it out there because we ain't really close to him like that.
Yeah.
But he was playing at the school, so I'm like looking up to this man. I'm like, damn, it's at a time where something had happened in the family, something that was real detrimental to us. So it was just like, man, like what's up, like. All my family, like he say, all our family in the streets, but I come from like a different side of the country, so we on like a whole different type of time with ours. So, it's just I'm looking for some happiness somewhere, and my pops found him and was like, shit, that's your brother. So, I went with it.
Yeah,
my father. Yeah.
Wow. So what did you start? High school? What levels?
I started off playing AAU, 6th grade. My cousin was a coach of an AAU team. I was playing with some killers in my city, and I was just like starting. Like I ain't fundamental left hand, none of that. It wasn't there. It was to the point where I even got cut my 7th grade and 8th grade year, And then I was gonna stay in Indianapolis for high school, but few of my friends and me, we was all off into some other stuff. So I kind of noticed that, and I'm like, man, I'm really finding my passion for the game. So I'm like, you know what? I want to go over here, and I ended up relocating to Virginia.
Okay.
I'm trying to follow in his same footsteps. High school went good. I battled a lot with injury. A lot with injury in my hip. It was just, I had a weak hip. I'm a small build dude, so, battled a lot with injury. Bounced around, too. After my sophomore year in Virginia, I actually transferred to Bishop Gorman in Vegas. And then was there,
nice prep school.
Yeah, nice prep. Real different from a public school. So, I'm really trying to lock in. It's really hard to focus. I ain't never been no, dumb kid, but it's really hard to focus. Like, it's private school. They got you doing all of this work. I'm like, damn, the coach is talking to me. I'm to the point where, that's at the time when Zach Collins was there. He played for the Portland Trailblazers. I'm in open gym with them dudes. Like, it's going good at first, and then I don't know. I start slacking in my work, and then I stopped going to some of the workouts. Popped up at another workout. Coach was like, "Hey man, this ain't the type of program where you can just, what I'm saying, if you're gonna be here, be committed." Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what were you dealing with there? What do you think was going on?
Really, just moving. Just relocating because I had just moved. I'm situated in Virginia for 2 years. I finally got some comfort there. Yeah. Then boom, all right, now I'm bouncing out here. You know what I'm saying? And then I was living on one side of Vegas, Bishop Gorman way on the other side of Vegas. It was just, man, not really being able to lock in and really just taking it for what it is, really viewing my situation like the blessing that I was really in.
Right.
And then, so that didn't end up working out for me. I ended up transferring out before the season even started. After that conversation with him, we just kind of talked about it a little bit, went to his office, whatever, said thank you, appreciate it, Transferred out, went back home to Indianapolis. When I'm back home, right before the season start, one of my closest friends, one of my best friends ended up getting killed. And we was going to the same school, we was planning on it, talking about it before I even got home, we finna do this. And then it was a whole week of stuff going on with that. And then he ended up getting killed. So kind of went through that season, just going through the motions, really. Yeah. Ended up leaving Indianapolis again, going back to Virginia, because I felt like Virginia was my safe haven. I felt comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So went to Virginia, and then it's funny, after that, I ended up going prep. I went prep.
What city in Virginia?
Winchester. It's in northern Virginia.
Yeah, I know a lot about Virginia.
Yeah, I love Virginia, man. Yeah. But ended up going prep to a prep school in Vegas. This where it get, you know what I'm saying? This where it get really interesting. It was working out in the beginning, and then one morning I had woke up, basic normal routine. I'm on the phone with my pops. It's 7:30 in the morning. We had some universities coming in the gym that day to watch us. San Diego and some other schools I can't remember. Talking to my pops, just wrap up our little morning conversation. I jump in the shower, hit the shower on, and then I just feel within 5 seconds, 10 seconds of the shower going on, I just feel my eyes like if somebody had your eyeballs in their hands, I just felt my eyes felt like they was getting juiced, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it's just a fuzzy eye. I'm just waking up. So I end up trying to open them, close them back, open them again. I'm noticing my vision just went from single to split, and it's going blurry. So I'm like, all right, this ain't normal. I grabbed a shower bar, boom, slam into the door, made my way out, whatever. kind of made it back to my bed and just text my coach like, I'm not feeling too hot this morning, you know, whatever, because I was living off campus. They was living on campus. I can't be around people. Anyway, so got back to the bed, texted my coach like, I ain't feeling too hot. I'll be in there a little bit later. Somehow woke up, went and drove to one of my teammates' house. Like, bro, you got to drive. Like, this is with the single split or the split vision, massive headache. Driving, I'm like, you got to drive. He take me to the facility. We go through all of that. And then to sum it up, I ended up having a stroke. Wow. It was a stroke. It was a PFO stroke. It was a small stroke, of course, but I ended up driving with a stroke to this man's house, split vision. Like, I didn't even go to the hospital the same day. Yeah. You know, I didn't know. I went the next day. And then ended up still coming back to play that season. Yeah, I still played that season, and I actually pulled I pulled a Division II offer out of that. Was going to commit to that school, but the coach that was recruiting me there, of course, up and got a different job. So I'm like, damn, you know, I was at a point where I was like, it is what it is. And then I ended up getting a late call. You know, they was like, hey, man, we seen your film, blah, blah, blah. Come out here. So I ended up out here at West LA College. First year went all right. Really struggled with not being able to seek comfort, because JUCO is really, it's a different grind, it's a different game. You know, everybody really trying to eat and feed that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't know. It was just tough for me to get comfortable, and then I ended up cracking the starting lineup. I had like 3 games under my belt, ended with a bad ankle injury, and then just saw myself on the bench for pretty much the rest of that season. And then right before, you know, this season was coming up, you know, it's looking good. Like, they like, you know, what's up? We rolling with it. Let's go. It's your time now. Cool. And then in July, I went to the doctors, and they my pops was pushing me because the stroke came from like a small hole in my heart. Okay. So he was always pushing me to, like, you know, get the surgery, just so we ain't got to worry about it. I'm like, all right. And I ended up going to the doctor. You know, he insured me. He actually, like, I got it in writing where his nurse was like, yeah, you'll be out 6 weeks. So 6 weeks would have put me back for September. I can start working out again. Right. And ended up having heart surgery. It was more of a procedure. It wasn't open heart. It was a procedure. They went through a vein in my groin. Mm-hmm. Went up, deployed the device, whatever, and then I woke up from the surgery, and he told me I'd be out 6 months. So it's just like, you know, just going through everything with hoops. Yeah. It's just, like, it saved my life, really, to be honest. Yeah. Because at a point in time in Indianapolis, like, it was, the murder rates was rising, you know. Like I said, all my friends was going down the road. I got a friend that's in prison right now for, like, you know what I'm saying, shooting somebody. And he my age, you know what I'm saying? But that was when he was younger. So it's just like, it really saved my life, being able to move, and then just finding... In the midst of it, it didn't look like it was. It didn't look like nothing. But now when you need a buck, man, right a buck. This
anybody got popcorn? This is just like, hey, I got popcorn. This is, it's real story. Hey, I was captivated. I forgot where I was at.
It's really real.
Is this Netflix? We on Netflix right now? Okay.
Nah, it's really real. I ended up last year when I was playing. You know, I found an interest for music. You know, I'm in LA, so I'm like, forget it, I'm gonna start doing the music. And then, of course, you know, as ball players in college, you got to have a certain image for coaches to look at. So I wasn't really like just saying like my story. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making music to go with it. But then, like, once I found out I needed the heart surgery, I just ended up writing a song, and it really told my life, and that really transitioned into the music I'm making now. So
let me ask you, what do you say about your cousin, man?
Honestly, I just met him. So he was like,
in the parking lot?
No.
Hey, he's a comedian on the show. Don't worry about him.
No, what age? You was in like the 8th grade, 7th grade?
Yeah, it was like 7th grade.
I found him
distant cousins.
But our dads are brothers.
Okay.
Wow.
So I found him on Instagram, and it was like, McMahan. And I asked my dad, like, what's going on? Like, we got family, like, somewhere. He like,
Papa was
let's stop. Yeah, I got a brother. He from Inglewood, but he moved to Indiana, and he got all types of kids over there. So I'm like, damn, like, how many kids you got then? I know you his brother, and we all McMahons. Like,
some genetics jumping out.
But yeah, man, I'm just glad he out here. Like, so it's me, him, and my other little brother, and I took over my mom's house for us, so we stand under my mom's roof still.
Cool.
And yeah, I'm excited for their growth more than my growth, because at the end of the day, I see so much in them too.
Yeah.
It's like sky's the limit.
How does it feel being responsible, man, for the group?
Honestly, it's not a responsible thing.
I hate that one. I don't like that one.
What you got?
Because in high school, I was living by myself. Like when I moved to Virginia, it was just me. Like my pops was paying like all.
Hey, we ain't gonna get into y'all cereal and milk issues. But what's going on with your little brother though? Because you know he got a hoop.
My little brother, he trying to figure it out.
Goofy, man.
Come on, man. You straight?
Hey, your wig.
He's behind the scenes. He's behind the scenes.
Your wig is all right. So you playing hoop too?
Actually, I did play hoop, but I got kicked off my team because I'm ignorant. I ain't gonna lie. I was being ignorant to the coach. So.
Meaning bad mouthing the coach?
Yeah, bad mouthing the coach.
But what was your athletic ability? Hold on, big brother. He got game?
He can play. If he would have started playing
if I don't like that.
Right now, he got game.
Okay. All right.
But earlier in his career, he was short. He wasn't as tall as he was. So
okay, he's moved up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got high top socks.
6'3".
Okay,
Yeah,
I got you.
But I'm actually trying to go to the.
But what's your game like, though? I mean,
what's my game?
Is you?
I'm a shooter. I like to shoot the ball.
Threes or twos?
It don't matter. Honestly, I would prefer
a short corner, elbow. I'm just calling it out, man.
Say everywhere.
I'm literally I shoot everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Off the dribble or need a screen? Keep going. We can keep going. It's a game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? You running with the wrong dude. You know what I'm saying?
Testing your knowledge.
Right. So, but everybody got a different shot, and that's all I'm getting at. Like you get overseas somewhere like that, you might they need to have somebody. Maybe you come off a screen.
Yeah.
Maybe you the second dribble. Maybe you the guy that brings it up and then takes the shot. Or are you shooting off the dribble? All those makes a difference in everybody having a significant thing that they do that's better than somebody else.
You say you might say looking at the service.
Oh, you want to take my seat? That's Mr. Military right there. They wouldn't take me. My feet was flat. I said I did register though, but I was hoping they didn't call me back because I didn't like the color scheme. You know, and then there was too many people. Go ahead.
So what's your plans? Come on,
So right now, actually, enrolled into the Air Force. I'm actually gonna take my ASVAB. I was supposed to meet with the lady today, but I woke up like kind of out of it. So I texted her. I told her I'm gonna reschedule, but I'm gonna take the ASVAB in a week or two. Hopefully, I pass it.
Take the hopefully out.
Yeah, you will pass it.
I will pass it.
Don't pass it.
I will pass it.
What's your chasing hoop dreams?
My chasing hoop dreams?
What's your chasing hoop dreams?
Honestly, being around all my brothers and DeMar, like he said, and around all these dudes, I used to love basketball, but I was never had somebody to help me. Like my dad helped them all my life. I was a football type player. I used to play football, but I wanted to play basketball after I got a concussion, just like my cousin. I got somebody rocked me in the game, hit me hard. I was over.
Fourth down, huh?
Yeah, somebody hit me so hard, and I was little. I was like 4'11", like skinny, 90 pounds. So I fell in love with basketball because my brother, everybody playing it. He on Ball His Life. I'm watching him on TV. I'm like, this shit cool. I want to play it. Honestly, I can't really say. I went to a point in time when like I was loving it, but then I honestly fell off from the game. I'm like, everybody better than me. I'm the same age. Actually, my best friend, the shortest point guard in Compton, LA, he's blown by anybody. Like we played in the Nike Rail Run, and he's blown by top college players like Justin Bibbs, Jay Cobb. She's blown by them. So I'm like, this shit ain't for me. Like I can't do nothing. I'm too little. I don't know what to do.
Checkers. That's what you do. I mean, and that's only the real part of the sport is when you realize that you can't compete at the highest level. Then you got to find something that really fits because you'll just be grinding trying to get somewhere you may never get.
And that's a grind, boy.
It's different.
So you plan on coming back, or what's your plan?
I'm at a point right now where it's either music or hoop, So, and I'm really falling in love with the music, but I love basketball so much because it took me out of a lot. So, next year I'm gonna see how I go. I had a lot of interest going into JUCO, so I'm gonna see how I go. Probably next year.
You should just write a book, man. You'd be good.
Write a book.
All right, man. Welcome. Thank you guys again just for coming on. And again, this is Sports Collective TV. Shouts out to PACRim. Monday Night Football, we got the Steelers tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got that's the only time it's the only time he wears that. And so shout us out on Instagram, Sports Collective TV, Sports Collective Media. You know what I'm saying? Again, thank you fellas for coming out. Shouts out to my boy Ferran. And also always check out what's going on with the sickle cell awareness, because that's just definitely important with the student athletes.
Shout out to PACRim too.
Yeah.
And Fredo. All right, we out of here again. Social media at Sports Collective Media. Check us out.
On your radio. Coming live from the Bay, yeah, that way. They talk sports all day, LA. Dropping knowledge, high school, college, find them scores, play by play. NFL, NBA, NHL, that's right